Hey there, have you ever wished you could predict the future? Well, maybe not with a crystal ball, but with something even more powerful. English grammar. Seriously. Today, we're going to be language detectives. We'll look for clues about a real-world event to learn how to talk about what might happen next. So, let's start our investigation.
So how do we do that? How can we use English to talk about things that are possible, or, even very likely to happen in the future? Well, it turns out there's a special tool just for this, and it's actually way simpler than you might think. To make this super practical, we're going to focus our investigation on a real possibility, a big trucker strike. By looking at the clues, we'll see exactly how to talk about future possibilities and what happens because of them.
Okay, first things first. Let's look for clues. What are the warning signs that might tell us a strike is a real possibility?
Before we dive in, let's make sure we're on the same page. What is a strike? It's pretty simple. It's when a group of workers, like truck drivers, all decide to stop working. They do this as a protest, usually to ask for things like better pay or safer working conditions. Our very first clue is the price of diesel fuel. You can think of it as the lifeblood for the whole trucking industry. The logic is simple. If fuel becomes too expensive, truck drivers will lose money. Did you catch that? We just made a prediction. There's a condition and a result. All right, clue number 2. In today's world, this one almost always shows up online. Drivers use apps like WhatsApp and Telegram to talk and organize, so it makes sense, right? If drivers organize online, we will see messages about protests. Our third clue comes from the government. It's something called a toll. That's basically a fee you have to pay just to use a certain road. For a trucker who drives all day, these fees can really add up. So, we can predict that if the government adds new tolls, truckers will be very angry. And our final clue has to do with blockages and delays. If you hear about problems at ports, it affects the entire supply chain. That's just the journey a product takes from the factory all the way to you at the store. So if ports become blocked, the supply chain will slow down. Now take a step back. Think about the sentences we just used. Are you starting to see a pattern here? All of those clues we just found, they all use the same grammatical secret code. And now it's time to unlock it. This amazing structure is called the FIRST conditional. The FIRST conditional is the perfect tool for our detective work. This isn't for dreaming about impossible things like, if I become a superhero. Nope. It's for talking about real possibilities in the future, exactly like the potential trucker strike we've been investigating. So here's the structure, broken down. It's actually a really simple formula with 2 parts. First, you have the condition. It starts with if and uses the present simple tense, like if the price of diesel increases. Then you have the result. This part uses will plus a verb. For example, truckers will strike. See? It's just a cause and effect. If this happens, then that will happen. All right, you've seen the clues, and you've learned the secret code. Now it's your turn to be the detective. Let's get some practice in using the FIRST conditional.
Here's what we're gonna do. Your job is to match the condition on the left with the correct results on the right. Take a moment, read them through. Okay, ready? Let's check our answers. Number 1 matches with B. Number 2 goes with D. Number 3 connects with A. And that leaves number 4, which matches with C. How'd you do?
Okay, now for a different challenge. Let's complete the sentence together. If the strike starts, supermarkets not have enough food. What do you think goes in the blank? Well, this is the result part, and it's negative. So we need to use will not have, or even better, the contraction won't have. Let's try another one. And pay attention here, if is in the middle of the sentence this time. That's totally fine. The rule is the same. The part with if is the condition, and it needs the present simple. The other part is the result, so it needs will. So the correct sentence is, we will buy extra supplies if the news warns us tomorrow. Okay, next up, look at the condition if the union. Now remember, a union is one single group, so we treat it like he, she, or it. And what does that mean for the verb? Yep, it needs an S. The full sentence is, if the union votes for a protest, the roads will be closed. And for our last practice sentence, the if part uses you, so the verb watch just stays as it is. No changes needed. The result part, of course, needs will. So the answers are, if you watch the social media groups, you will know when the strike begins. Fantastic work. See? You're getting the hang of this. You've practiced the structure, and now you have the tool. So in this last section, it's your turn. You get to use the FIRST conditional to make your very own predictions. So, If you remember one thing from our investigation today, let it be this. Whenever you want to talk about a real future possibility and what's likely to happen because of it, the first conditional is the perfect tool for the job.
And that brings us to the most important prediction of all, yours. I want you to really think about this question, using the grammar we've practiced today. If you practice your English this week, what new things will you learn? The future is full of possibilities, and now you've got the language to talk all about them.